think it matters as much as managers, or is it more players that can't do it?
Personally, it's harder for a player.
Yeah.
Especially if they're a legend. But if the manager's a legend, like Klopp, he's one of their greatest ever managers, right?
I don't think Klopp will do it. Personally, no. I don't think, 9 years at Liverpool, 8 trophies, I don't think Klopp would ever dream of it. Because we've seen like Pep's assistant.
Yeah.
Rivals.
Yeah.
And he's at Manchester City now.
Would you have a problem, you're a Villa fan, if Birmingham's manager was really successful, won everything, and then went to Villa?
I had a problem with Alex McLeish coming to Aston Villa.
Okay, there you go. Prime example.
It happened, but that was because he had just got Birmingham City relegated, and within 2 months through pre-season, he gets the Villa job. So I was baffled. 1, he was Birmingham City manager, and 2, that previous season and knocked us out of the Carabao Cup. I was a bit confused at that, but then Steve Bruce come and it didn't bother me because I knew he was a legendary manager.
Yeah.
What he'd done in the game, I've heard about how good he is.
But you would never have gone to Birmingham, right?
Not as a player, no.
You never got Wolves.
We had this discussion before. Remember, I told you that I had an argument with my friend over it.
No.
My friend was saying to me, like, when I was coming to the end, he was saying, like, why don't you just go to Birmingham City?
I've not had this with you.
Yeah, and I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, so Birmingham City offered $100,000 a week, and the guy said, no, I wouldn't. And I generally wouldn't. No amount of money to go and play for Birmingham City.
Do you find it's mad that Bentley played for Spurs?
No, because yes, he's an Arsenal fan, but just Jamie Carragher, an Everton fan.
Yeah.
For Liverpool. So I get it. If the club's after you, go and do it. But for me, the rivalry between Villa and Birmingham, I could never dream of doing it. But as a manager doing it, Steve Bruce coming to his rivals, and I think he'd done both Sheffield clubs as well, did he? Yeah. Steve Bruce as well. So
Harry Redknapp's done Southampton and Portsmouth.
Exactly. So I think some fans out there, Manchester United, would think, you know what, the success, the way Liverpool played, I'd want that back.
No Man United will want that. No Man United fan.
You think so?
No, sir. Yeah, you can't be singing Jurgen Klopp's name. No way.
Why not?
What's sat there opposite the Sir Alex Ferguson stand? Just can't happen, Gabs.
Come on.
Of course not.
Manchester United last won the Premier League when?
2013.
Haven't won it in 13 years.
I know, but that's...
And he can change that.
No. Because
you knew he was going to change that.
No, I'd rather wait.
You can't. If you were told in 2 years he's definitely going to win the Premier League for Manchester United, you're telling me to say, nah, Jurgen, Liverpool connections. Sorry, mate, can't.
Yeah. Carrick's going to do that. Do you think Liverpool fans would swap Slotty for Kloppy right now?
I would, yes.
Yeah, me too. At the beginning of the season, they would have said no.
Yeah. But this season's been a bit of a shambles, hasn't it? They're still not guaranteed to get top 4, top 5. They've got a battle on their hands to the end of the season. I just think the times were so good under Klopp, wasn't they? Even though they only won 1 Champions League and 1 Premier League, look at the battles with Manchester City. They could have easily won 3 or 4 Premier Leagues, Liverpool. But that Manchester City team was so good. And the football they played, it was chaos, wasn't it? It was like, win the ball back, don't mess around, no passing it around midfield, into the channels for Salah and Mane. If you can find Firmino, get into his feet, Fabinho and Henderson in the middle as well.
Yeah, it's a wonderful team.
Yeah, it was a wonderful team.
Do you think there's a chance at all that Klopp could come back to Liverpool? Let's just say, because I think if Liverpool don't get Champions League football next season, he could be gone.
He should be gone.
Yeah, he should be gone.
Yeah.
Now, if they do get rid of him, which is a little bit barking when you think about it, he won the Premier League last season, but I understand it in the crazy world we live in. Do you think that Klopp could come back to Liverpool at any stage in the future?
I don't see why not. He's 58.
Young?
He's not. Yeah, exactly. He's not in his 70s.
No.
I don't know Mourinho's age, but I'm sure Mourinho's in his 60s. I'm sure he is.
This is a guess. I think he's 62, but I might be miles off.
Has someone said that in your ear?
No, I saw a documentary about him.
They're going to tell you now in your ear.
Can you have a look at how old Jose?
But
I might be miles off. 63. Hold on. Today. There you go.
Exactly. So 58, still young as a manager. Why not? And you might have been out of it now, Jurgen Klopp, for 2 years, and think, I'm rested. I'm feeling like I want to get back into it.
Yeah.
The job I'm doing for Red Bull doesn't really give me that buzz.
Doesn't give me wings.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So maybe he would. Maybe he's waiting for a job. Maybe he feels like, you know what? Yeah, I want that buzz back. I'm enjoying life, working for Red Bull. He loves Mallorca, doesn't he? As a place to live as well. But why not?
Yeah,
58 is still young as a manager.
With you. Well, listen, I agree with Gabs on some, but not all. The thing I didn't agree with when Gabby said that he wouldn't necessarily mind too much if an old rival took over the management of
8 trophies in 9 years, Klopp. 1 Premier League, 1 Champions League.
I still wouldn't have him.
FA Cups, Carabao Cups, FIFA World Club.
I still wouldn't have
everything.
Wouldn't have him.
Charity Shield.
Would you have an old rival as your gaffer? 03717 223344. And Liverpool fans, would you slot for Klopp? 2 questions, 1 number. 03717
Agree with me.
223344. Dial that number. You can agree or disagree with Gabby Agbonlahor. You were asking me whether or not I would have taken Klopp at Man United, and I said not in a million years. Let's speak to another Man United fan. He goes by the name of George. Hello, George. How are you?
Hello, George.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you today?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good. What would you like to say,
right.
George?
You I've been supporting United for 65 years. But do you cut off your nose to spite your face?
Mm-hmm.
You posed the question that if you can guarantee that within 2 years Klopp can win you the league, go for it. Why not? It'll get United back to winning ways.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, there is no guarantee of that. But here's my question: would you take that gamble? That's my question.
Yeah, I would. Look what we've done in the past few years. Look at all the managers that have come and gone. They've all proved done. You know he's a proven manager. If it wasn't for City, as much as I'm United and against Liverpool, but if it wasn't for City, they would have won 3, 4 more leagues.
Yes.
You know that. So that's a fact. I go by facts. The fact is that he's a very good manager. And you don't cut off your nose just to spite your face.
Spot on, George.
Why not?
Okay.
We need him.
George,
we need him.
George, thank you for that.
Well said, George.
With Klopp, I'm a little bit sort of like, I know he's a good manager, but he only won the league once.
Yeah, but look at the Man City side he was playing against.
Oh, Leicester managed to win the league in that, didn't they?
But as well, Klopp has never really, provoked Manchester United, has he? Do you know what I'm saying? He's never provoked Manchester United. Even.
What do you mean provoked? What do you mean?
I mean, some managers might have rivalries against clubs and they beat Manchester United.
Your Liverpool manager, that's enough provoking.
Don't forget though, he defended Manchester United when he had a go at me.
Oh yes,
remember?
he did. Yeah, have we got that clip?
Do you remember?
We'll get that clip when he had a pop at you.
Exactly. So he defended Manchester United. Maybe he likes Manchester United. You never know.
Maybe he doesn't like you.
Yeah, he did. He did come for me a bit, didn't he?
Alex is up next, a Villa fan. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
Yeah, guys, how you doing?
I'm good,
Oh,
man.
well, mate.
Are you all right?
Yeah, all good. Real quick, before I get on to what I want to say, Abby, Villa fan, love you. I will never forget till the day I die, as a kid, being told I can't get your name on the back of my shirt.
Too expensive.
Yes, too many letters. And my parents tried to get me to settle on Gabby 11 instead. It was outrageous.
Mate, I do that now with my own kids. They can't have the surname on. It's too expensive, mate.
I'll tell you what, Alex, if you can spell it now in one go, he'll send you one.
Agbonhalor. Cheers, Gab.
No, it's wrong, mate.
You got it wrong.
Agbonhalor.
Oh,
Man, Alex, that's out of order, mate.
Wait, lucky he didn't get his name on the back.
I couldn't look at a shirt that's on the back that has the name on the back, can I? We couldn't afford it.
No.
Exactly.
Spelling mistake. You needed Tipex on the back of that.
It's not an easy one.
Yeah,
I'll let you
no
off.
wonder.
I think I spelt it wrong in my life.
Did the Kitman ever get it wrong? Because the Kitman on various famous players, like Beckham being one, they've spelt their names wrong. Did they ever get it
Probably
wrong?
have, but I wouldn't have known. No.
Okay. Go on now. What do you want to say?
As I say, I love Gabby, but I have to disagree.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand McLeish or Brucey. Like, I know that it was a bad time for the club, but I was almost happy at the fact that Bruce couldn't get us up because it just did not feel right. The fact that someone with such history for a rival club would be then held in such esteem. I feel like with rivalries in football, regardless of players or managers or any sort of wherever you are in the system, it just is a line you shouldn't cross.
Yeah. Don't you think though that
Thanks,
look
Pat.
at Mourinho,
Yeah.
Chelsea, Spurs,
Yeah, I know.
Porto and Benfica, are they rivals?
Yeah.
They probably are in the
Yeah.
Portuguese league. I'm sure the Benfica fans love Mourinho, even though the success he had at Porto. I think everyone's different, aren't they? Different
I
opinions.
think with Spurs, it was different because they were absolutely desperate to win something, and
Yeah.
you've got a proven winner coming in, so you just get excited about that.
But do you think Chelsea fans will take Mourinho back?
I do think.
They care that
I
he
don't
wins
know, but
Spurs.
I do think that Jose now amongst Chelsea fans isn't loved. If he was loved 100% by Chelsea fans, it might be 90 because of the fact that he went to Spurs.
Because he went to Spurs.
Yeah, and maybe Man United as well. Ash is a Man United fan. Hello, Ash.
Good evening, Ash.
Afternoon, chaps. How are we?
Good man. Are you all right? Do you want a chance of winning a Gabby Agbonlahor shirt by spelling his surname?
I'll give it. Oh, listen to the last one. Candy, fellow United supporter, I've got to disagree with you, mate.
Go on.
If someone said to me next season Guardiola from City was coming to United and win the league, I'll take it 100%. We're not won a trophy for the last 13 years, Premier League last 13 years, sorry. I'm taking it with both hands, mate.
Yeah,
it's got to be done.
Yeah. What about, I get that, and maybe I agree with you. What about Klopp, though?
I'll take Klopp. I'll take anybody if we win the league.
But he was Liverpool manager, one of your biggest rivals.
I get that 100%, but if somebody said to me, you've not won a trophy for the last 13 years,
I agree.
but Klopp comes in and wins the Premier League and continuous Premier Leagues and trebles and history, I'm going to take you, mate.
All right, what about,
you know,
because in this scenario, we're giving you guarantees, right? Take Klopp and you're guaranteed to win the league. What about if the same guarantee came with Gerrard?
In terms of what?
No, would you take Gerrard, manager of Man United, if you knew he'd win the
Guaranteed
league?
you're going to win the league.
That's a very good question.
How much time do you need to think about that?
Do you want me to spell Agbonlahor for you?
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like
All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening.
Good evening and welcome to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Jamie O'Hara, in over there, Jason Cundy.
Has anyone seen Liverpool? Can you hear me, Liverpool? You must have one hell of a beating on his slot. Can you hear me, slot master? You must have one hell of a beating. Van Dijk twerking. The Beatles. The Lima Bird. 100% vote. 100% vote. Can you hear me? 100% vote. You must have one hell of a beat. The Royal Albert. Oh, right, the producer. Alex on it. Yes, thank you, favour Sonia. The Cavern Club, the Coutinho money. Can you hear me, Coutinho money? You must have one hell of a beating, Jermaine Penn. Liverpool Light Street Station, you'll never want. Hello. Jamie Carragher, can you hear me, Carragher? You must have one hell of a beating. The miracle of Istanbul. 400 million spent the sun. 400 million spent somewhere does that go to your favour? LeBron James, can you hear me, Liverpool? You must have one hell of a beating.
Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Liverpool, they've bottled it in the final stages against Wolves. Another flat performance. What's going on there? Absolutely shocking. Arnie Slot is giving it about set pieces this week, but they're right up there with the most boring teams in the league themselves. 03 717 22 33 Rob Edwards, Wolves, they're looking all right. Elsewhere, Everton, they're flying. They play better football than Liverpool. They're playing the best football I've seen in a while. Sunderland, back on track as well. Huge win for them. Leeds fans, bit worried. Still not great. Loads to go at in the Premier League. Can have your say. Big talking points, as always. Sports Bar 03 717 22 33 44. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Oh, mate, on top of the world. On top of the world.
Good
What was
result
that?
for Chelsea.
What on earth? Forget Chelsea in a minute. What on earth was that? Liverpool churn out some put, mate. They are terrible. They are a terrible team. And on this slot has got the gall to criticise Arsenal. And he turns out that tripe. Honestly, they are. I thought Wolves were the best, played the better football.
Wolves are good.
Wolves are good. They deserve that tonight.
Yeah,
Liverpool.
Wolves are decent.
What has happened to it? What this slot? This is his team now, right?
Yeah.
What's happened to the best football I've seen? Not just in the Premier League, but under Klopp. That was a team you could watch, even if you didn't support Liverpool.
Yeah,
this Liverpool team, mate,
Yeah,
bore you to tears. They're dull. I don't know what's going on. They are terrible, mate. They are truly terrible. And they got what they deserved. And Slot criticising, saying it's not his idea of football. Is that his idea of football? He has got some front in, turning out that crap.
Do you think he needs to be quiet?
Well,
with their comments?
Do you know what? If you're going to come out with comments like that, right? Arsenal going to win the title. It feels a little bit bitter, a little bit salty, right? Because Arsenal getting it right. If you're going to come out and criticise or answer a question that's direct to you about criticising or having a bit of a sideward swipe at another team, and the next game, your team serves up that. Wow. Honestly, Liverpool fan. If I was a Liverpool fan, I would be fuming because that was crap. That was terrible.
Yeah, it really was. Let's go straight to some calls. Go to Theo, who's a Liverpool fan. Theo.
Yeah, all right, guys.
What happened?
Well, for starters, Wolves had 12 players because Cody Gakpo was being a great defender for them.
Right.
My God. I mean, clearing the ball away from Curtis Jones when Curtis Jones was about to score, it kind of just tells you all you need to know, really. Yeah, bring the violin out, why don't you?
Theo, you're garbage.
We were awful. I mean, we played arguably one of the worst teams in Premier League history, and you couldn't tell which one was the worst one.
Well, Wolves were better than you.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to say which team is bottom. He brought an alien down, right, from Mars, and he would come down to watch that. And they're saying
one of these teams are bottom.
Which team's bottom? Which team is fighting for Champions League football? And it's Liverpool fighting relegation. That pub.
You'd probably say that we're in relegation, really, and honestly, we don't really put in any good performances.
Your passing is terrible. I mean, it's the bit of Salah, the Salah goal is outstanding. He's still got it, but his influence over the 90-minute game is so scarce, so scarce.
I mean, generally, Gakpo and Salah recently have not been anywhere near good enough.
Has Gakpo ever been good enough? Do you know, like he's an all right player, but he ain't Luis Diaz. He's never going to be Luis Diaz.
It's a downgrade.
Like, come on, he was never good enough.
He had a decent season last season.
He done all right.
That was about like as complimentary as you can get because he scored, I think it was 18 or 19 goals, and Diaz had scored 12 or something.
Do you know what, though, Theo? It's easy to dig out like individuals, right? Of course you can do that, but as a team, that for me is where they've got massive problems. Like, as a team, you're so dull. Cundy's right. Like you're boring to watch. You're not like a team that you get excited to watch. I used to love watching Liverpool play.
Dull.
Now it's like
serve up guff.
You know what? It's probably the worst sort of performing team that Liverpool have had in about 10 years. When you think about how we actually perform, even when we had Klopp and it was this sort of heavy metal football, we'd score 5, they'd score 4, and we'd have all these sort of mental games of beating Bournemouth by.
But you didn't have to be a Liverpool fan to appreciate the football. High energy, attack. Slot has he's stripped that all back. And I don't know who you are and what you are now. He's taken all of that away. And last year there was a bit of it, but not a lot. Now it's completely gone. You've completely lost that.
Well, I mean, on the bright side, I don't need a lullaby because I can just watch Liverpool games now to go to sleep.
Okay, all right.
It's bad, mate.
It's not good.
Yeah, you're not good. You're not good. Let's go to Rob, who's a Liverpool fan. Rob.
All right, Rob.
All right, boys. By the way, listen all the time. And Cundy, mate, when I first started listening, mate, used to do my head in, but now I love you, mate. I love the banter. I love everything about it. Jamie O'Hara, honestly, lads, quality show.
What's happening, mate? What's happening, Rob? Gone.
Yeah, right, yeah. I'll give it to you straight, right. So, all the Liverpool supporters, right, I'd say, at first everyone was going, no, you've got to back the manager because we won the league, right? And I get it. And I go, yeah, she won the league, right? But I'm telling you now, and people aren't talking about this enough, right? Salah, you don't go from being a world-class player, right? Unbelievable. And bearing in mind, yeah, he's getting older, right? Yeah, we're all aware of that. But he's not playing for the manager. I'm telling you now, mate, he is down tools. And this isn't me being like over the top, but you can see it for yourself. His touch is horrendous tonight. You can't. He's playing on merit because of what he's done. He's not getting hooked off the pitch. You've got Chiesa. You ask any Liverpool fan, why is he not starting? Right, it drives everyone insane.
Is he good enough, Rob?
It's right there. It drives me insane, Mike. And I'll tell you now, as you were saying there before, and I've listened to you enough times about saying Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz was unbelievable. Yeah, he was a quality player for us. Yeah, we ain't great at finishing sometimes, but he was better than Gakpo, right? He was a good player, very good player. Right, you got Rio Ingamoa, right? You had Michael Owen, you had Robbie Fowler when they were younger. Yeah, if you're young enough, you're good enough, right? You know what I don't like about our slot? Yeah, it's the fact that he won't play. For some reason, he gets something in his head, and that's it. I'm sticking with this. We're gonna play like this. We're gonna play Gakpo. We're gonna every game. I was waiting for this. Every game is the same. right, tonight, to me, he should have started Rio, right, because Gakpo...
Yeah, he has to start. He has to start.
Jason, the height of stupidity is keep doing the same thing over and over again. Cody Gakpo comes inside, tries to... I'll give him his due. He tried a couple of times tonight to cut and put it in with his left. But usually, everyone knows. If I know, you know. Everyone knows he's going to try and shoot.
He's earned the right. You know, you give players chances, and he looks so lively, and he gives you something different.
Rio and Gamo.
Yeah.
He comes on, I know, and by the way, we're all aware he's young, right? The lad's young and he's going to make mistakes, right? He's not going to be perfect, but I guarantee if you asked 100 Liverpool supporters who would you want to start, they'd go, him. Cody Gakpo played better when he came off the bench. He was more of an impact player.
Yeah.
When Diaz was there, he played better off the bench, right? And I'll tell you something else. Kirkes, right, when he first came, right, this is what's done, again, a lot of people's heads in. You go in the game, you're speaking to everyone, they're all saying the same thing. Why isn't he doing exactly what he did with Andy Robertson? Andy Robertson came from Hull, came to Liverpool, and wasn't great, right? When he first came in, what did Klopp do? He took him out the team for about 3 months, 3 or 4 months, can't remember now. Yeah. Brought him back in, and the lad was like a different player. Kirkes, even tonight, how many times did you see? There was a time, it was the first half, and I think it was Gakpo was going, run past me, he's pointing, going, make a run. And he's just stood there again, and you're going, and he has good and bad games, but, well, he's had a lot of bad games. Recently, he's in better form, but to me, what's driving me insane is Salah's playing on merit.
I think we just wonder, Rob, because also there is a point in a player's career that they reach the peak of their powers, and they never, there's a pinnacle, and it feels to me as if Salah is now coming down the other side of that peak. And I mean, I think you can say it's fair to say that Van Dijk has peaked, and he's coming down the other side as well. And you've got two of your most influential players that won the title last season that now haven't got that. I mean, the goal, I don't quite know what the first goal. I don't know what Van Dijk's doing. I've got no idea what he's doing for that.
Yeah. But it's too slow. The whole. So we put ourselves in these positions all the time where under Slot, we all right, it happened a little bit with Klopp, but at least it was dynamite. The football was unbelievable. It was dynamite. You were attacking, you were going. This is passing round, boring football. You're wasting time. It's I'm a supporter and I'm sick of it. I am literally sick to the back teeth. And everyone's going, well, do you know what? If he gets Champions League and we get a good cup run and I'm like, no, it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and that's not me being like over the top. It is not good enough, and to me, it's not. Yeah, Mourinho, but he won a lot of things with Chelsea and different clubs. But people used to say he played boring football, but at least he won. He grinded the games out, and he won games. He tippy taps it round, and even today, the first half, it was horrendous.
I know.
It was horrendous.
Do you know, the game that you played against Forest, but that was that last weekend. It was last weekend, weekend before, right? Yeah. That performance in that first half, it's probably the worst performance I've seen in a Liverpool Premier League side in years. I can't remember the years, but, years. And that's now becoming a habit, a pattern. Liverpool do not perform well. When was the last time you come away from games saying, even at the weekend, right? I watched the game live
West Ham,
right, against West Ham.
They've done all right, West Ham.
Yeah.
That scoreline flattered Liverpool. And you took your chances and you got lads up top that can finish. But it wasn't a convincing victory, even though the scoreline will tell you.
Yeah. And you even look at that there, Ekitike, right? And by the way, when we signed Isaac, right, and I'll be dead straight with you, I was saying to everyone, and again, a lot of Liverpool supporters were saying the same thing, we don't usually spend that much money. All right, Florian Wirtz this season, all right, it's a bit of a one-off, but Isaac to get him as well, you're going to yourself, hold on, we don't buy players like that, and I couldn't get my head around it, he's always injured. Buy Ekitike, right? Buying Ekitike, and you're going, the lad's unbelievable. I think he's class, right? Yeah. I honestly don't think he's class, and tonight he's getting no service. He's getting zero service, and if you just imagine, say for instance, if he was playing when, all right, I know it's a big ass, like, but say if he was there when Mane was there and Salah was gone.
Oh yeah, I can.
All I'm saying is he's not.
He loved it under Klopp. Ekitike would have loved it under Klopp.
Yeah,
Absolutely loved
he's a top player, but I'm sorry, for me, and a lot of Liverpool supporters, it was really mixed, and people used to get a bad comment. Same with Trent. You could never say anything bad about Trent before he went. You were not allowed to. I used to say all the time, he's shocking at defending. Yeah, wonder of foot, but horrendous. You said that to a Liverpool supporter. They'd absolutely go off their heads, and you go, oh, I just can't get my head around it. I'm like, sometimes they'd see what they want to see and they want to back the manager. But I'm going, he is not good enough. And I don't get what's going on with the board, because I'm thinking, if you back him next season, even if, say, for instance, you bring someone else in on the left and Cody Gakpo goes and you bring someone else in, but it's still going to be the same boring football in midfield.
Would you get rid of him, Rob? Would you get rid of him?
Yeah, and do you know what? Honestly, 100% yeah, I would. And I know people go about Alonso, or is it Nagelsmann is he the manager of Germany? There's managers out there. Everyone gets hung up and goes, Alonso. I'm not saying it has to be Alonso, but I just don't like what my eyes see right now. Yeah. And I don't think you go from being, lads, you've played, and you don't go from being, Salah doesn't go from being that good. And I do think he'll go in the summer. I think we've got to sell him because we need to make money back on him. And I think that's why he signed that contract, to be honest with you.
It does feel as though there's a
Rob, listen, thanks for your call, mate.
Good call, Rob. It does feel as though there's a big rebuild coming. I know that they spent a lot of money in the summer, but there are holes in
rebuild?
Yeah, I do.
What do you mean?
Well, they just signed the boy Jacquet, right, from is it Rennes or Long, out in France.
Rebuild? They've got a new team.
They haven't got a new team, have they?
Well, they have.
Salah's going to go. They're going to bring in another centre-half. Probably Gakpo's going to go. You know, that's three straight away that you're probably going to replace.
I kind of rebuild it like this.
Well, that was part of it. That team.
Okay,
that team that we saw tonight at the moment is nowhere near good enough to win the title.
No, it's nowhere near good enough.
So they're going to have to spend.
But is that because of the players or is that because of the manager?
I think a mixture of both. I think it does feel to me as if Salah and Van Dijk in particular have reached the top of the hill. They peaked. You're not going to get any better at that age. You might maintain levels, which Salah did last year, but it does feel that he is now on the way. It's not a rapid decline, but in the Premier League, it doesn't need much. You know, if you lose a yard in the Premier League and you relied on that pace, that your game can change dramatically.
Yeah, massively. Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right, get your calls in. Liverpool fans want to hear from you. Premier League results as well tonight. Not looking good at Liverpool Football Club, though. 03 717 22 33 44. Game, Chelsea boss Liam Rosenior was asked if he feels there is a disciplinary issue at the club.
No, it's hard to put your finger on it. You have older teams that have disciplinary problems. There's many aspects to what we need to do, but it needs to change. I hold my hands up to that, and it's something we need to start. We're back in tomorrow. We need to have a discussion as a group. We need to make sure that we go into Aston Villa with 11 men on the pitch for 95, 96 minutes to give us the best chance to win the game.
Do you think you've got disciplinary
No, what do you mean? I don't think I know. I don't think I know. You cannot have that amount of red cards in the season, and they're not. It's not coincidence. Just that red card with
the Neto one.
Yeah, there's when I was doing the comms, right, and that is a tackle where he's taking him down. He don't want to run in the corner. He's probably Martinez come off the bench. He don't fancy it. He's running. He's like, I don't really fancy Tane. He's taken a little bit of a cheat's way out. He's brought him down.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to. That's a tackle for someone that's not on a yellow. I don't think he knows he's on a yellow card. I'm not excusing it because it's another cheap yellow card. And the problem you've got, and I've watched every Chelsea game, is we pick up cheap yellow cards. And cheap yellow cards can lead to expensive red ones.
Yeah.
And I see Enzo Fernandez yesterday, Pedro Neto sent off, Enzo Fernandez, our vice-captain, gets another yellow card for throwing the ball down, right? That's got to be cut out. Your discipline has got to be on point. And I can't excuse it, and I'm not going to excuse it. It's absolutely terrible. Our discipline record this season is nothing short of shocking.
You are listening to the Sports Bar Talk Sport. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. We're going to hear from all the managers. Huge night in the Premier League. Liverpool beaten by bottom side Wolves in the Premier League. Embarrassing stuff from Arnie Slot's side. Here's how full time sounded live on Talk Sport.
It's finished. Wolves 2, Liverpool 1. Liverpool dropped points. They missed the chance to climb into the Champions League places. The bottom club Wolves putting in another impressive shift. Plenty of late chaos and drama. That's back-to-back wins against Villa and now Liverpool here. And remember, they came from 2 down to draw with Arsenal, and Wolves have beaten Liverpool by 2-1.
Yeah, disappointing night for Liverpool. Huge night for Rob Edwards. Fair play to him. Picked up some decent results recently. But there's some obviously big results in the Premier League. I'll read through them just quickly. Everton, they won 2-0 against Burnley. Leeds, they lost at home to Sunderland. 0-0 Bournemouth v Brentford. Let's go to...
Hold on a second, right?
Come on, what's the matter?
Where's 100% Mo? Where is that clown?
Don't know.
Where is he?
Well, he ain't phoned up yet.
Honestly, I know he listens, right?
Yeah.
Mo, do the decent thing. Come on, what happened tonight? Tell us.
We'll get him on. After 11, we'll get him on. Let's go to Eddie. He's a Liverpool fan. Eddie?
All right, Ed.
Hello, mate. You all right?
All right, Ed.
Eddie, what's going on at Liverpool? So boring.
Well, I watched it, mate, and it was a disgrace. The first half was so boring, it was unbelievable. We're so defensive. If we go far back, mate, we'll be in the cop.
Yeah, it's so slow.
Eddie, you know what I've noticed with Liverpool, right? And, you know, like when I was... And I don't want to keep going back to Jurgen Klopp and his side and rock and roll football and all that. Like, we keep going on about it. Arne Slot's a different manager. But what I never understand with teams, and I'm seeing it so much in the modern day, in the way the game's played, you don't pass the ball to the best players. Like, midfield and the fullbacks. I'm watching Frimpong tonight. He gets the ball out wide. Salah is just standing there, asking for the ball. And Frimpong tries to float a ball into the box. It's a nothing ball. And I'm like, give the ball to Salah. Like, give the ball to your best players who are going to make something happen. And it's sideways, backwards all the time. I see it in the Premier League now. It's shocking. The best players don't get the ball.
I don't think the players are playing for Arne Slot.
Well, something's wrong. That's for sure. Something's desperately wrong.
If you look at, say, Arsenal, for instance, and I hate mentioning it, when we was with Jurgen Klopp, we would press. And in the area, we would force the opposition to make mistakes. Tonight, we weren't forcing them. We kept sitting
They were
back.
decent. By the way, Wolves, the way they popped the ball about, they were good.
No, they were good.
They were good.
But there was a part in that second half, right? I think it was Gomez, the lad in midfield.
Yeah,
he's a decent player. He stood on the ball. Like, he stood in the middle of the park on the ball for about 5 seconds, and no one went near him. Like, Liverpool would just let him have it. And then he passes it, gets it back, passes it. I'm thinking, is anyone going to lay a glove on this geezer or what?
I was shouting at the TV, and I'm thinking of just cancelling my TNT Sport thing. I really am.
Was that bad? Is you going to cancel your subscription?
Yeah, I've had enough of watching it.
You can listen on talkSPORT free.
We need to.
It's better. It's not going to play well on it.
Personally, the last guy who was on, the Liverpudlian, I don't know, can't remember his name. He's very correct on Gakpo. Gakpo's not a player that what we think he is. Rio, bringing in that youngster, he's young, but when he came on the pitch, he gave us a little bit more energy.
Agreed.
A little bit more creativity. He gave us that.
No, I know, and he looks lively, and he's direct. You know, he's not afraid. You get that with young players. They do have. There is no fear, and you can see he plays without fear.
Yeah, he wants
give
to
him
make
a chance.
something. He wants to make something happen, right? And that's fine. But I don't know. Like, there's a few things here for me with a massive problem with Liverpool. One is the manager, the style of football that you're playing. I say the players ain't playing for him. I don't know. I'm not in the dressing room, but there does feel like there's a flatness to what Liverpool are about and what the players want. I think the players want to play a bit more intensive, like.
It's so slow, Joe.
It's so slow. It's so
even
slow.
the simple passes.
But I don't know whether that's the manager telling that he wants to play like that, a possession-based style. But
I think so. I personally do, because I think that's how he plays. Before any Klopp comes in, he was either going to play the 4-3-3 or the 4-2-3-1. And they did say that he plays quite defensive, but he will keep possession. He's a second manager.
But you can do that. But that's fine. Yeah. But there has to be a moment where you move the ball quickly and move it forward. It's overpassing at times.
Well, me and Jace played, right? And I played in midfield. And all I ever used to think about was, when I got the ball, where's the best players on the pitch? Like, get the ball. Can I give it to Aaron Lennon? Can I give it to Gareth Bale? Can I get it to Robbie Keane? As quick as possible. That's my job. Because they're the players who are going to make something happen. When I watch Liverpool play, I don't see that happening anymore. I just don't see it. I see them going backwards, sideways. The players in midfield get the ball in the half turn. I'm like, when you pass it to Salah, wrap it into him. Wrap it into him quickly. And then if he don't do the business, that's on him. But I know he deserves some criticism right now, Salah, because he's not producing his best.
No, he's not. No,
he ain't getting the ball.
No. I mean, it was a lovely take tonight. It was a really good.
He's still got that class.
He got the ball because he got it off a Wolves player.
He's still got. There's no doubt. But he can't do it for. He's not impacting games the way he used to. He is not having the effect on games. You know, how many times do we see Salah on that left foot cut inside? You know, it doesn't seem to do that anymore either. I have to say again, I'm going to labour this point. Wolves deserve the game tonight. Wolves deserve that.
They did. And Rob Edwards is a good manager.
Well, he's showing he's doing all right.
Yeah,
manager.
He's done all right. Yeah.
He's done really well at Luton. Got him up.
Eddie, would you get rid of Slot?
Yes. Without a doubt.
Well,
I would say putting Gerrard as interim manager.
I just don't know if he's going to do that.
I don't know whether it's going to happen now. I don't think you need to do. I don't think Slot goes
pointless doing anything now
because
it's
10
games left.
Still the Champions League, still the FA Cup, still Champions League places to fight for. It's not completely. The season's not completely over. No. But
can I ask you two something? In the formation terms, I don't like the 4-2-3-1, and I argue.
Why don't you like it?
I don't think we play well enough with it. I think with the 4-3-3, we was more attacking. We press teams better. We pass the ball quicker. And we attacked so much. And if you hear commentators saying, "Oh, here comes Liverpool now. Oh my God, yeah, something's going to happen," and it did. Now what we're doing, we're passing the ball back. If we go any more slow, I used to be a carer in a care home where I used to do a little football with the old men.
Yeah.
Trust me, I could put them in the team and they'd do better than them.
It does feel slow. It really does. It really does. Eddie, thanks for your call.
Cheers, Ed.
I'm going to go to Harry. He's a Wolves fan, right, H?
Right, H. Congratulations.
Can anybody hear me? 100% Mo, where are you? That's absolutely shocking, them lot. Absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. In all seriousness, lads, I think we weathered the storm really well first half. We
played well.
We were compact. For Rob Edwards, I'll be honest, I've been he's not his biggest fan at times, his tactics, but he set us up compact. We weathered the storm first half. As soon as Bellegarde, Tolu and Rodrigo Gomez came on, we absolutely pinned them back. I thought they were awful second half. Apart from that young kid, Rio, I think his name is, that came on, I thought they were absolutely shocking. And the only chances they had that whole second half was when we gave them the ball. Their goal was a product of our own demise. It was our fault.
Harry, Harry, I heard Adrian Durham and who's doing
Jay Bofford.
Jay Bofford was doing there, and Dean Ashton, right? And they were talking about if this decision to bring in Robert Edwards had happened maybe, 3 months earlier. I just wonder where you feel you might be, because the form you're in at the moment, it's been a massive tournament. It's going to be too little too late. I just wondered, is there a little bit of regret, Do you think?
Do you know what? I think the board rightfully got the amount of stick and the protests and everything that they had for the decisions they made at the start of the season, because it's crippled us. It's absolutely crippled us. We all the signings that Vitor Pereira had made that he gave the nod for either are out the club or they're not playing every week. And it proves Rob Edwards just took a small group of players, because that's what it is, the amount of first-team players they are. They're the same players, but it's a much smaller group. He's put a bit of fight in them, and we started playing. It's get the ball down, have a bit of confidence, and back yourself. And realistically, look at the results where we've lost games. We've not lost by massive margins. We should have picked something up at Palace. We should have got points in other games during the last kind of 5 or 6 run that we've had. And then when we've got down and played, even against the big sides, we've not just shelled in on ourselves like we did at the start of the year. We've got confidence, we've got the ball down, and we want to play. And we can, when we get the ball to players like Mane. He's a young kid, like you said earlier. He's got no fear.
Yeah, I like it.
João Gomez, though, is probably going, if you do, and you will go down, I expect...
And that lad before, Eddie, saying get Steven Gerrard in, please do, because that would be the biggest laughing stock I've ever heard of in my life. He's awful manager. But please do.
Getting Wolves fans throwing strays at Liverpool.
Yeah, well,
you know it's a bad day, mate, when that happens. The bottom team that are going to get relegated, having a pop at the champ. They're still champions, by the way.
They are still champions. Let's go to John, who's a Liverpool fan. John
boy.
Hello, is that me?
All right, John boy.
John.
Hello, mate. Hello.
You all right?
It's quite funny.
What about that guff you had to watch today?
Oh, mate, it's awful. But look, Klopp's he sort of done it a little bit last year, as in like trying to play safe football, but the lads, I don't know, we still went through Salah last year, so we're still hitting teams quick on the break, getting the ball out early, not letting teams get the low block on us because we're too slow building up the football, which is exactly what we're doing this year. And he complains about the low block because we've allowed teams to get back and get into position, so we can't get past them.
No, you ain't moving the ball quick. But you ain't done it all season, John. You ain't done it all season.
100%, 100%, and that's why, look, he got a free hit last year with Jurgen Klopp's team, yeah?
He still won the title. He still won it, you know.
But there was still a bit of Jurgen Klopp in that team.
There seriously was a bit. You know, still.
Now I feel like there ain't.
Well, he stripped it back.
Exactly. He said the identity of Liverpool of Jurgen Klopp's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
I don't recognise that side.
But you know what, though, John? I don't feel like anyone wants to take any risks anymore. You know, like I don't feel like everyone's scared to give the ball away. You know, it's always keep the ball, possession, move the ball. The problem is if you keep the ball all the time, teams are just going to sit in, right? And then it's hard to break teams down. If you sometimes force a pass, or you try a long pass, or you try and do something, or you try and break a line, you might give it away. But then it brings the emphasis on them a little bit to come up the pitch, and then you win it back, and you can hurt them again. Everyone plays so safe.
Yeah, 100%. But it's not just Liverpool. That's a premiership.
No, I know. You're right.
In general,
You've got them on Friday. If you serve up that guff again, you're going to go out.
Oh, well, look. I think Klopp needs to go. Whether it's Alonso comes in or someone else, I don't know. But you can see his style of football, and it doesn't suit Liverpool Football Club.
No, it's just guff.
It's awful. I had to turn it off against Notts Forest first half. I wanted to put a hammer through my TV.
Because of the guff.
Yeah, it was awful. It's the worst Liverpool performance I've seen since I've ever been watching them, I think.
Wasn't good.
It's terrible.
Wasn't good. Thanks Cheers, John boy.
Sorry.
Cheers, John boy. Where's 100% Mo?
I don't know where he is,
Talking of guff.
Don't know, mate. Don't know.
Where's 100% Mo?
He's gone quiet. Don't know. We're trying to get him on.
Hunt him down, mate.
We're going to hunt him down, see where he is.
Come on, Mo. Do the decent thing.
Get your calls in. We're going to hear from Liverpool manager Arne Slot as well. He's been speaking to talkSPORT after that shocker tonight. We'll talk about the other games as well. 03 717 223344. You're listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT with talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus. Gambleware.org.
Bruno, his numbers are incredible, right? And what he's done from in a poor era, well, a poor era in terms of Manchester United, where they were to where they are now, right? But this is my thing with Bruno. He is incredible. But I always compare it to, I look at the Man United teams he's played in, right? And I look at the teams that Steven Gerrard plays in at Liverpool, right? Which were probably equally as bad at times. And I look what Steven Gerrard did for Liverpool in terms of, didn't moan about it, got on with it. Look what he's won them, FA Cups, Champions League. I just feel Bruno could have not, you know what I mean, done more in the bigger games to get Man United over the line. I know he won the FA Cup to win something else. I mean, honestly, some of the teams Steven Gerrard played in, and I played against them, like, yes, Carragher was there, good player. Steven Gerrard. There were times it felt like Steven was playing his own.
It's a fair point you make, but Gerrard didn't have these numbers, and I don't.
No, but he didn't have to have the numbers. No, I'm talking about his trophy cabinet.
But I don't know why. If we're talking about Bruno Fernandes being PFA Player of the Year this year, I don't know why we need to compare him to another player. Let's take Bruno.
No, but I'm talking about in terms of an overall picture where some people will put Bruno compared to, and I can only make that example because I remember playing against certain Liverpool teams.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, but somehow they've managed to win the Champions League, get to Champions League finals, win FA Cups because he's been the difference. Do you know what I mean? So, prime example, Europa League last year, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Where was
I hear what you're saying. But if you look at Thierry Henry,
yeah,
right, who you understandably call the best player ever to grace the Premier League, I could name other strikers that have played up top.
Yeah.
Like Didier Drogba, that have pulled their team over the finish line in bigger games like Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
And Henry didn't do it.
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. They'd been introduced not for leg protection, but instead to give batters a strategic advantage. The idea was that batters could put their leg pads in front of the wicket if they missed the ball, preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons, though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone Church broke his leg while wearing them. Still no change from IFAB, though. That's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
You are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. You're going to be hearing what Brighton gaffer Fabian Hertzler has made of Arsenal's corners. But first, Liverpool. They got embarrassed at Molineux tonight, losing against bottom of the table Wolves. Liverpool manager Arne Slot been speaking after the game about the shocking performance.
Disappointing result. Yeah, another game, same old story. I can just repeat myself from almost all the losses we've had. A lot of ball possession, created chances, not as much as I would like to. First half, we really struggled to penetrate in their box. Second half, that was better, not great, better. Enough chances, I think, if you compare it to how many chances the other team had to score more than one goal. The other team only one big chance, scores 2 goals. So yeah, that is same old story, I would say. And again, in extra time, conceding a goal.
Obviously, there's been chatter about Mo Salah not scoring in the Premier League for a long period of time. How pleased are you for him as a positive tonight that he's got on the score sheet with a terrific finish?
No, it's always positive when players score goals, especially from open play. If you create as many chances as we do, again, not to say that we create chance after chance, and that's not what I mean. But from open play, as I said, enough. Even today, where we didn't play great. And it's nice that Mo then scores, where it was nice that Cody scored last week. But it's not about one goal, it's always about the consistency. And as a team, we need to score more. And that's hope, because last season he was the one that was, for a lot, responsible of our goals. He can keep on... He can keep doing that again. So it does stay with this one, but he will score more than only this one.
Yeah, Arne Slot there speaking after the game.
It's quite telling. It says, same old thing, same old thing. He's
what is the same old thing?
Well, like he just said, conceding goals. Liverpool are nowhere near as dynamic as they have been. I mean, even last season, right? I did say I didn't think it was a brilliant league, but Liverpool won it, and in the end, they won it quite comfortably. Yeah, the drop off is quite alarming. It's quite alarming how far, and the money they've spent. They've gone backwards. And spent thick end of over 400 million.
Yeah,
it is the same story. He's having to stand in front of the press after another disappointing performance. There's a lot of they got out of jail against Forest. Absolutely out of jail.
Yeah, they did. All right, let's go to Rob. He's a Liverpool fan. All right, Rob.
All right, Rob.
Oh, you all right, lads?
All right, mate.
All right, Rob. What's going on at Liverpool? It's not great at the minute.
Oh, it's terrible, mate. I've been following us for sort of 10, 15 years, home and away now. Can you tell me? I'm not sure. I think the manager's got to go himself.
Well, I don't see that happening.
That ain't happening yet.
No, I don't. We're not at that level.
Jamie, why is it not happening yet?
Well, because you're still in the Champions League. You're still in the FA Cup. You're still fighting for Champions League spot. Like, yeah, all right, the league you've lost, but it could still be a successful season.
Yeah, but how many chances did we create tonight?
Not enough.
Not enough? I can't think of one.
Well, I mean, Van Dijk really perhaps should do a bit better. He's headed straight to keeper.
I think Weo's got to do at least 80 minutes on the pitch.
You've got to start.
Van Dijk offside, just watch it on the way home. Terrible.
I've
got no words, to be honest.
I don't see the benefit in changing anything now. Come the end of the season, we'll evaluate what happened to Liverpool's season. Where did they finish? If you finish 6th, I think it's inevitable that he'll go. That's not going to be good enough. You cannot finish.
I don't think we finish in the top 6, to be honest.
Well, look, Villa are dropping off, right? They've blown a gasket.
Well, we play them tomorrow night.
Chelsea ain't convincing, so you've still got a chance of finishing in 4th or 5th spot.
The only person I want to watch on the pitch is Dominic Szoboszlai. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
After that, Wio Engamoa, brilliant.
Yeah.
After that, Ekitike is brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, they are.
It's probably right.
Bums off seats players, aren't they?
But that is a massive problem for Liverpool, because normally when I used to watch Liverpool, I used to love watching all of them.
Ekitike will get you out your seat, but after that, I'm struggling, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a pain to watch. The only thing I'm enjoying at the game is a couple of pints with my mates. You know what I mean?
It's always a good sign. Do you know, a couple of pints?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I'll set a couple, 3 or 4 tonight.
It sounds
a wild night.
Yeah, I mean, look, Rob, you want to get rid of Arne Slot, but then The obvious
honestly,
answer is Alonso, but I just think you need a bit more time before you start making that decision.
Yeah, it's hard to buy in a manager. I think we need 2 fresh wingers. Salah, love him, can't say a bad word about him, but his legs have gone. Weo needs to play full game. Gakpo, honestly, I don't want to say too much on the radio, but Ekitike is the best one. After that, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Rob, listen, top man, mate. I appreciate your call. Let's go to Bradley, who's a Liverpool fan. All right, Brad?
Brad?
He's good, right.
I'm all right, Brad. What happened?
Well, to be fair, I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch the game tonight. I had my own game, so I played non-league as well. But I'm going to.
Who'd you play for? Who'd you play for?
Chelsea Town, mate.
How'd you get on?
2-1 win at home in the playoffs.
How'd you play? How'd you play?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
You like that? You're not. That's not convincing, that, Brad.
Listen, mate. The stats speak for themselves, mate. Have a quick look online. The stats
Go on then. So you played for Chelsea. Would you say it's the first leg semi-final, playoffs?
Mate, we'll get playoffs, mate. We're 6th at the moment.
Oh, you're 6th. Right.
Chelsea. Good team, Chelsea.
They are. Where'd you play, Brad?
Out wide, mate. Out wide.
Or you're pacey? You're a pacey winger, or you're old school winger?
Mate, I'm probably getting a bit like Salah, mate. The legs are starting to go. But yeah, I guess it's been a bit of a fall from grace, really. Like I think this is probably going to be a very similar situation to Amarin at United and what Slot is at Liverpool. Like I think his tactics are not working with the squad that we have, and I think if you compare where we was last season as a squad from where he's took over from all of Klopp's work to where we are now, where he's gone in. You know, he's become a lot more accustomed to the players around him. He's trying to implement his own tactics. Yeah. We look a shell of ourselves in comparison to last year. Yeah. Like, when you look at the way that we started the season last year, obviously the winning league, it was the same replication of what Klopp set up. We was always pressing, we was front-footed, we was rapid counter-attacking. Those players have still remained. We've obviously introduced new players. We've got Ekitike, Verts, etc. But we've kept the kind of core foundation. Now, those players don't just fall off a cliff going into this year, right? So something's changed. It's either Slot's come in and introduced individual player instructions, or the tactics have changed, whatever it is. But you look at the way that we don't press. Like, when you look at the way that we play nowadays, it is a shell of what we was last year. And you can only really put that down to probably managers' instructions. And, you know, like I said, it's probably an Amarin situation where it was at Liverpool, where it doesn't matter what Slot tries to do, it's probably not going to work with the way that he wants to play with the squad that he has. And that's probably the situation that we're in. It's really, really poor to watch. Like, again, I kind of caught up on the highlights of it, and you spoke about there was a moment in the game where Gomez picked up the ball for Wolves. He picked up the ball in kind of the deeper role, and he had so much time on it. He's looked around, and we would never ever do that under Slot. It would be
you could never do that against Liverpool ever.
Yeah, exactly, and especially, and this is no disrespect to Wolves, they're in a dogfight down there, but especially to a team like Wolves, like, that would never ever happen. And again, you can only put that down to managerial tactics and the way that he wants to get us set up.
Brad, listen, I've got the team sheet up tonight. You started on the bench.
Yes, I did, mate.
Hold on, you came on, you picked up a yellow card. Sounds like me.
Hell of a dive.
What happened, mate? What happened?
No, hell of a dive, to be fair. I've got across my bloke, and I've tried to kill some time, and I've gone down, and he's.
So you cheated?
Was it like a Salah? Was it a Salah dive?
Mate, it's game management. You boys should know that. It's all about game management.
Honestly,
mate.
This is a shambles. You phone us up talking about your team. You're on the bench and you dive.
Mate, like I said, have a look at the stats, mate. I went there Saturday, I had some.
You didn't have a look at the stats. You just did. You're on the
I'm
duty.
just giving you stats. Who's the guy that scored 2 goals?
Oh, flying, mate. Gaz. Absolute ball.
Gaz, he scored 2.
Gaz.
Yeah,
is he big? Is he big, Gaz?
No, right winger, mate. Hell of a player.
Oh, is he playing your position?
No, mate, I'm wide left.
Oh, you're a lefty, all right.
He got 8 goals this season, though.
Yeah, 14 in the league, mate. Obviously, I came from joined curfews from Basingstoke as well, same league. So done a bit of Adebayor from Arsenal to Spurs. Arsenal.
So yes, you left Basingstoke, gone to Church. Yeah, it's out of order, that, mate.
Whoa.
Don't know about you, mate. You're all about yourself. There's no loyalty with you.
No matter what standard of football, mate. Diving.
Diving.
You got booked in December. Was that for a dive as well?
Oh, mate, to be fair, it's either descent or dive here.
Oh, dear. All right, Brad, listen, mate.
Cheers,
Thanks
Brad.
for your call. God, it's tough down the old non-leagues, mate.
Yeah, yeah. But look, he came on, and they won. They're going to
Is
get
he
the
in any of the, like any of the commentary highlights or anything?
I've not got the press report yet, mate. I'll see if I can find it.
See what he's saying.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get his gaffer on.
Yeah.
So if we can get hold of his gaffer, see if he'll come on and.
Yeah, tell us what he's really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I'm trying to get the match him. Oh, there's a video. I might have a look at that in the.
We'll have a look at the video.
See the dive.
Yeah, see the dive. Shambles. All right, keep your calls coming in. We're going to hear from Everton boss David Moyes as well. Great performance from them. They're brilliant tonight. Want more calls as well from Liverpool fans. Leeds fans get involved. Sunderland, massive win for them, 1-0 at Leeds. That's a huge result. Gets them out of a bit of a sticky situation they find themselves in. 40 points. They're at the golden mark. 03 717 22 33 44. Let's go to Danny. He's a Spurs fan. Dan?
Danny boy.
Evening, lads. How are you?
I'm all right, Dan. I'm all right. Look, it has turned into an absolute mess at this football club. I don't know what the answer is anymore.
You know what it is, Jamie, and I'm amazed. Enix seemed to get a get out of jail free card. Not enough people talking about. They've been at our club for 25 years. 25 years. Yes, they buy a couple of decent players, but we all know they're not paying the wages. But it is time to get rid. And I've been at the club. I'm not a season ticket holder, but I do go every now and again. And it is so quiet. It's tame. No wonder away teams come there and give us a pasting from time to time. But you know, it's like a perfect storm. You've got our captain Romero. Wants out of the club. I look at Mickey van der Ven. He wants out. Yeah. And then what we have done is brought goodish young players coming through the club, and they need the older pros to develop them, keep them under their wing, and sort of progress. But it's like the Titanic there at the minute.
Yeah, but
and
listen, Dan, I get...
Rats sink clear in the Titanic.
I hear what you're saying, right? I hear you, but that conversation needs to be had at the end of the season. Do you know? Like that? Yeah. You're not going to sell the club now, right? Do you know what I mean? They're not leaving now. Keep your calls coming in on the Sports Bar 03 717 22 33 Got back pages coming up as soon as we get them as well. Everton, though, kept their decent run of form. 2-0 win over Burnley tonight. Toffee's gaffer David Moyes spoke to talkSPORT after the game, discussed whether he's dreaming of European football next season.
Well, again, you've got me talking about it, and it wasn't really what I planned to do. My plan was to be pretty cool about it and just take it, which I will do. But it's good. It's good news that we're talking. It's good news, and Everton haven't had enough good news in past seasons. So the good news is that we're back in the mix again. We're around it. It would be amazing if we could do it. It really would be, because I've got to say, I started out and I said to the players, let's make that what we've got to do, and I'm pushing them all the time. In 1 week you feel good that you might do it, and the next couple of weeks you don't. So that's the problem. What I found is that probably since about November time, that's the way it's been. The conversations have been going.
David Moyes, hell of a manager,
Look, you don't do what he's done in the game. You don't manage as many games as he has, and for as many clubs as he has, if you don't know what you're doing, mate. He's a manager that gets the best out of his players. Whenever you play against David Moyes' team, always feels like it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
Or you never. If you win, you've earned your points. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, we've got Everton. Spurs have got Everton last day of the season.
Where?
I do at Tottenham. I do not want to be playing Everton on the last day of the season to need points.
No, David Moyes rocks up.
No.
A David Moyes team, and Everton they may well be playing for European places.
Football, yeah, I know. Do not want to be playing that game on the last day.
No.
They're a good side. Let's go to Lucas. He's Everton fan, right, Lucas?
All right, Lukey.
You right?
All right, Lukey. Cheer up. You won.
Yeah, I know.
Liverpool lost and you won. What's not to love?
I know everything's to love. We're on European charge. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
David Moyes will be playing European football next year. I'm telling you.
Yeah, maybe.
You're in the mix. You're in the mix.
Definitely there or thereabouts. I have to say, I was watching the game. I thought Everton were brilliant.
Dyer's a good player. I mean, you've got a couple of good players there, but Dyer's, he's a little
I
bit
know.
of magic.
We've got Garner in the midfield, both Garners actually, and we've got Dyer off the right.
Yeah.
We just need to sign Grealish next season, but I don't know why Diblin's not getting in,
Yeah.
But Dwight McNeil, he's a good player. That's the job for you, Joe.
Yeah, he did very well today, to be honest.
Yeah, he's good. He's energetic. He's a decent left foot. He drives with the ball.
Yeah,
Dibling's one who's probably going to have to wait his chance.
Yeah, I feel like Dibley should be getting in the team, though, but McNeil did excellent today, and he deserves to be in the team again next week with Arsenal.
And Dewsbury Hall's, he's a lovely footballer, He's such a cultured, got a lovely left foot. Great finish tonight.
Yeah.
Really lovely finish.
Yeah, he was brilliant tonight. He's silky every time he gets the ball.
He deserves to be playing. He didn't have a lot of chances at Chelsea. It was always going to be difficult for him. He's come out and said that. But, he feels as if he's found his perfect place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he has. We love him. He loves us. What isn't to love there? He's perfect there, and he gets the whole ground rocking, so what's the problem?
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem at the moment. You're flying high, Lucas. Doing well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right, give us up the toffees. Give us up the toffees.
Oh, the toffees.
Lucas, top man, mate. Thanks for the call. They are 8th in the table.
Yep.
Brentford are 7th. I mean, fair play to them. They're doing.
Yeah, they could have gone above my mob if they'd picked up the victory.
Now let's go to Rob, who's a Liverpool fan. All right, Rob.
Rob.
Hey, how are you doing? Great.
I'm all right, Rob.
You?
I watched it tonight. I went to the match, and it was a bit of a nightmare.
Okay.
I thought they just don't move the ball quick enough. They don't have a shot. They never whip the ball in from the side.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Well, it's not the best line, but keep talking. Go on.
Yeah, it's just not the Liverpool we know, is it? It's turned into some sort of like antiseptic, just poor quality.
It's just guff.
It's not exciting, and it comes down to entertainment values like 2 out of 10.
Give it that many, 2.
2 out of 10.
It's not good value, that 2 out of 10 is
enough for us.
No, if you get 2 out of 10, mate, that's poor value.
Yeah, it's not good.
And it was, they offered 5-1 on Wolves tonight. I mean, it was almost like an open goal, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, they are bottom.
but yeah, no, the value. I just don't think for nowadays. I mean, I think Slott's a decent guy.
Yeah,
I think he's a decent guy, but he's not. They're just not moving the ball quick enough.
No. Would you get rid of him, Rob? I mean, if you're giving him 2 out of 10, mate, that can't carry on, can it?
I think he's a great. I think he's a nice guy, and I think I'd give him another season.
Another season?
But
You want to watch 2 out of 10?
But I think he needs to just get going a bit more.
Get going a bit more. I mean, 2 out of 10, you've got to get going a bit more, mate. You can't be knocking around the 2 out of 10.
You're getting 2 out of 10, mate. If you're getting that regular basis,
20% value.
Yeah, you're gone, mate. You're
But
gone.
we've got fantastic players. Fantastic players.
Yeah, but you don't play as a team, and
but
the
he
team that I watch is boring. I don't think you're utilising the way the players want to play.
But if you looked at Salah, you said to me Salah was all right tonight, and I'm saying this, he must have miscontrolled it.
No, I didn't say he was all right. I said he doesn't get a. When I watch Liverpool play, well, the team that I enjoyed watching, and I thought, wow, this is a great side. You got the ball to the best players quickly. And that's, your wingers, your strikers. You stick the ball into them. You play with a tempo. Let's feed it. Let's feed our strikers. Keep feeding them the ball. And if they give it away, they give it away. But we're going to keep doing it. When we win it back, bang. Yeah. That's how Liverpool used to play. Bang, in behind, diags. Break lines, stick it into players. Yeah. I just don't see Liverpool do that anymore. I just don't see it.
It just kills you, because the thing is, I don't think I've seen on Match Today, whatever it is, I've not seen a good match this season with them.
And they've not played well all season. I mean,
there's been a couple of games
2-0, whatever.
I mean, there are a couple of games I've watched.
I don't know. I mean, consistently, I wouldn't say Liverpool have been entertaining this season. I mean, it hasn't been a great Premier League, has it, let's be honest. But Liverpool have not, even when they were winning games at the beginning of the season, they've conceded a lot of goals. They got out of jail a few times early on, like the first 5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
They were unconvincing.
Yeah, I remember you saying it. I do remember. I remember you saying it.
I think we were a bit of a disaster the back end of last season.
Mm-hmm.
And this season's just been just not good at all.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
I think he deserves another year.
What would you expect out of 10 next season for him to keep his job? What's the minimum requirement?
Well, I think it's dead easy. You just got to get your team playing. I think he's got to bite the bullet. Salah should have gone. I would have got rid of him at Christmas.
Yeah,
well, I think Salah will probably go, but that don't solve your problems.
No, like I said, I think there's a bit of a rebuild happening at Liverpool. I think there will be players coming in, players moving out.
All right, Rob, listen, thanks for your call. I'm going to go to
Rob.
Joe. He's a Leeds fan. All right, Joe?
How do? You okay, boy?
I'm all right, Joe. I'm all right.
Dirty Leeds.
You're a bit gutted tonight?
Dirty Leeds.
Yeah. Been to a game. All I want to talk about is the situation with these referees.
Go on.
I mean, the standard of officiating today is absolutely diabolical.
Are you talking about the penalty?
No, I'm talking about most of the decisions that person made tonight. I mean, Anderson got kicked from pillar to post, hardly got a decision. Strike got, Hulk Hogan would have been proud of.
You should have had a penalty. You should have had a penalty from the corner. It's a penalty.
Grabs him around the throat and neck.
I know.
A wrestling move.
Yeah, absolutely. Hulk Hogan would have loved doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just.
It's gone a bit south, hasn't it, recently?
Yeah. I mean, okay, we're not playing so great at the minute. The lads look tired. But you don't I mean, Sunderland come, and honest to God, if they heard the crisp packet opening in crowd for 4th tier, they were falling on the floor. And they were just absolute time wasting.
Yeah, I know, but everyone's at it. I know people are moaning about it. This time wasting, like, what? Come on, I mean, this has been around for donkey's years. This ain't new. Sunderland are going to turn up to the road, and what they're going to do? Slow the game down. Take your time. Win free kicks.
But it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. It's taking longer and longer and longer. And the referees are not actually punishing people when they should be. Now, if the referees were accountable, let's just say like tonight, that referee was judged as a 6 out of 10.
Right.
So he don't get paid this week.
Doesn't what? Sorry, say that again. Doesn't it what?
He don't get paid this week.
Don't get paid? What do you do? What do you do for a living, Joe?
Never mind. I do for a living now.
Come on, what'd you do for a living, Joe? Come on.
I'm a floor layer.
Who?
Right, he's a floor layer. Yeah.
Floor layer. I mean, there must have been one job over the years, Joe, right, where it's not your best work. The floor's a little bit uneven.
Bit creaky.
And we've all had those days, haven't we, Joe?
No. The only thing what's creaking are my knees and my back.
Yeah, I bet they are. Yeah, but you got to get paid, mate. Do you know what I mean? You got to do a job, you got to get paid.
Yeah, well, he hasn't done a job, has he? That's my point.
Well, the whole back is pay.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right,
sorry,
so-
Joe, that's not going to happen,
No,
mate.
I've never heard that before. Whole back is pay.
Yeah, why not?
Well,
there's got to be a consequence.
I know,
all right. What else could you do? Could you pin him against a brick wall and use a pea shooter at him?
Oh, no, I mean, well, what'll end up happening is if he keeps putting in bad performances, he's going to...
I don't know whether he did put on a bad performance. I mean, there was a couple of decisions. Was he shocking? I'd love to hear from a Sunderland fan if they thought he was shocking.
Oh my days, he was shocking.
How many minutes did they add on at the end? What was the injury time? It seemed like it was quite a lot.
102 minutes they played.
So he added 12 minutes on.
Honestly, if there's time where you can't ask much more than that, and in 12 minutes.
Hang on,
Right.
get on this one.
Go on.
Right?
Yeah.
So for the first 5 or 6 minutes of that extra time,
Yeah.
it was pure housery from Sunderland.
Right.
On the floor, falling over, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, 12 more minutes, though. And I think it went beyond that, didn't it? I think it went beyond the 12.
Only by 55 seconds.
Counting, have a look at them. So 13 minutes isn't enough.
Well, it is if you play 13 minutes, so he had 6 minutes on floor.
6 minutes on floor.
Oh, dear. Sorry, Joe.
Joe,
Look,
listen,
chins up,
Vexy
mate.
Con.
You'll be all right.
I think, yeah. Well, you say that. If Spurs win Thursday, go above them.
I think, I think they'll be all right. I think they might have enough. But
yeah.
they're right in it.
Yeah, they're only 2 points above us.
Yeah. No,
So if we're in it, they're in it.
Well, that's it. They're in it. But I think they might be all right, mate. From what I've seen of Leeds this season, a bit more,
Yeah.
bit of spirit about them.
There is
What
a
I
bit of spirit.
What I saw against Man City at the weekend, they had a right go. They had a right.
They do have a go, but are they running out of legs?
Maybe.
When you have a right go, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Fair play to Sunderland, by the way. So that's a great win for them.
It's a massive result. Massive result. They got 40 points. Unbelievable. Right, keep your calls coming in. 03 717 22 33 44.
That Cole Palmer would need an extra lung to cope with the relentless schedule. So we're back to this non-stop conveyor belt of games that players seem to be on all the time. Until moving to Chelsea in the summer of 2023, Cole Palmer had not played more than 1,000 minutes of senior football in one season.
Right.
He played 3,750 minutes for Chelsea in his first campaign, 4,180 minutes
40 games.
in his last campaign. Last season.
So?
No, but Maheta goes on. And this wasn't a conversation that happened in the toilet. This is me quoting him from elsewhere.
You followed him around, did you?
I did. When I look at someone like Cole Palmer, if he goes to the World Cup, well, he probably will, won't he?
Yeah.
He could go 3 consecutive summers without a break.
Oh, dear.
People will say he's a millionaire. Yes, he is. But it doesn't give you an extra lung or leg. I want to see Cole Palmer on the pitch because he's the one that makes me dream. So he's back banging the drum again about potential burnout. But do your complaints, Simon, become less effective the more you beat the same drum?
Well, your complaints are useless unless you can provide a solution to the ever-decreasing circle of the requirements of finances to meet the expectations of his own members that don't actually pay anything to be in his union, or pay such a small amount that it's equivalent to an ice cream, that there is no circle to square here. I don't care about their opinion. I care about their.
Listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. Got back pages coming up. Brighton gaffer Fabian Herzog has been speaking ahead of his side's game against league leaders Arsenal tomorrow night. He's been discussing Arsenal's corner routines, called out how much time they take when taking a set piece.
Sometimes the referee whistles and it's a foul. Sometimes he doesn't foul or doesn't whistle. So I think that's why we have this topic at the moment. But for me, the main topic is make a clear rule how much time you can waste for a corner, for a throw-in, for a free kick, because I think no one recognizes it, but when Arsenal has a corner and they are leading, sometimes they spend over 1 minute just to take a corner, and therefore I think we just have to make clear rules, because then in the end we have a netto game time of 50 minutes instead of sometimes 65 minutes, so the game is changing so much.
What do you make of all this? Because I've seen a lot of interviews and a lot of managers talking about set pieces, and we've been talking about it, and the housery that's been going on a little bit. Do you think Arsenal must be laughing at all this hoo-ha about it?
Well, there's a referee in the middle of the pitch. He has a watch on his wrist. He's the timekeeper. It's up to him. He's the one. We just saw, as we spoke there, 12 minutes was added on at Leeds tonight, right? Now, I don't know whether there must have been some injuries or something like that, but they and they're not alone, by the way. There's not just picking on Arsenal. I see Brentford take throw-ins, mate. The time they take to take a throw-in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that do it, and it is a problem in the game. It's not just Arsenal, because if you're 1-0 up, let's say you're 1-0 up, right, on Thursday night against Palace.
Yeah.
And your players are going down, killing the game. What are you going to say?
Nothing.
You're going to not say a word, are you?
No.
So we're hypocrites.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy. The Leeds fan there, if their last game of the season, they need a point, and they're getting a point to stay up, he would want them to do exactly the same. The hypocrisy in there, and the problem you've got as a manager, Hertzley, he's been asked a direct question, and it is topical, because Arsenal are I've said this to Housery, they're the best at it. I want my side to be more like it. I want Chelsea to be a bit more streetwise. I want Chelsea to go and getting the cheap free kicks, going down, rolling around. We saw Trossard do it the other week. I want my team to go down. If we're winning 1-0 against Villa tomorrow night, I want my team to be a little bit more cute.
Yeah.
To get the points to get over the line. It is part of the game. Now, there's a referee in the middle of the pitch. If he sees it, they stick their hand up, right? They point to their watch.
Yeah.
Everyone in the ground knows I'm aware of what's going on. I'm not stupid. It's the referee's job to keep the time.
Mm. All right, let's talk some odds now with talkSPORT Bet ambassador Ryan.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com to see all our latest sign-up offers. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Righto.
So how are you both? You well?
All right,
Good, matey. How are you?
How are you?
Good. I'm good. You know what I do is I enjoy how in sync your rhinos are when I come in. That's just a little game.
We practice it. Before we come on air, we're about 10, 15 minutes in. We don't just throw this shut together.
I know.
He's absolutely lying, by the way.
This show is
we
absolutely
had no idea what we were talking about when we come on at 10 o'clock.
This show is completely thrown together.
It doesn't come across, boys.
Okay.
Look, let's start with the odds then. Obviously, Brighton versus Arsenal. I'm guessing Arsenal favourites.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, title charge, yes, but Arsenal will be the favourites for this one. But both of these sides looking for their third win on the bounce here as well. So Brighton just trying to string a few wins together. This hypothetical third win, though, would just change everything in the table, wouldn't it? And it really is now, and it will continue to be. I know there's been a bit of a narrative about Arsenal and whether people are giving them too much stick, but every game is going to feel like that now. How's your nerves? talkSPORT Bet do make Arsenal favourites at 13-20. Brighton at home, yes, but they're 17-4. Now, the draw's 29-10 as well. There's a few things you can look at here. I mean, Arsenal to win and both teams to score, you can look at now. The clean sheet narrative has kind of disappeared. So that's boosted to 14-5. Also boosted is Haaaaas anytime at 11-5, but I'm not going to look at that. With Arsenal, let's just have a look at what we're seeing, what the Brighton gaffer was talking about.
Have you got that?
Say that again, sorry?
How much time they can waste? Have you got odds for that?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we'll do a little special on that one. A little Cundy special. Do you know, I'm thinking, he's talking about the set pieces. You can look at the Gabriels here on your bet builders at 15-4 to score any time. Your Timbers at 13-2. Saliba's 14-1. So these are players that you can actually contemplate and get value back on for your bet builders. Even a Rice assist is 14-5. 14-5. Put that in a bet builder. You're getting value back on it. We know he's on set pieces. We know we can stick it on top of their heads. Mm-hmm. So that's where you go, in my opinion, for the bet builders if you want an Arsenal bias on this. And maybe a bit of time wasting. I'll see what I can do.
Liverpool drop points, as we know, tonight. Chelsea can capitalise. We've got Aston Villa. I think this is a must-win game for Chelsea. Villa look like they could be. I've just seen John McGinn is out. Tielemans is still out. It's a chance for Chelsea. If we keep 11 on the pitch, that is. What are the odds on that? The world champions taking on Villa.
I know. It's interesting, isn't it, Jace? Because it's a top four battle, yes, but neither side really been at it. They've in recent weeks anyway, and the Villa wobble started weeks ago, mind you, and it manifested itself in that 2-0 defeat to Wolves. Even though we've seen tonight, as you say, there's no shame in it because they've beaten Liverpool. But, the Chelsea, all of a sudden, they haven't won in 3 Premier League games. Fourth one tomorrow's a big one. Your favourites at Villa Park.
The world champions. We're world champions, Rhino. Come on.
You are the world champs, and you have to keep reminding yourself that. 7-5. 7-5 they are, Chelsea, right now. Villa are outsiders, 7-4. I have to say, there really isn't much in it. The draw, which really is the best case for United and Liverpool, is 13-5. Chelsea win both teams to scores, boosted 17-5. Let's have what you can look at. Well, your star man, own goal. OG was at it again, this time for Chelsea, wasn't he, on the weekend? But you can look at João Pedro, 2 shots on target. It's boosted to 12-5, 37-20 anytime. He looks like your man at the moment that can do something. And from a Villa perspective, 11-5 for Tammy Abraham to score anytime. He's the last player that scored for them in that 1-1 against Leeds. So that's all you can look at, really, and say it's plausible.
Okay, all right, finally, the late kickoff, Newcastle versus Man United.
Boys, here we go. I mean, 19 points from 21 for Manchester United since Carrick's been in. I'm seeing my striker score. I'm seeing my captain lead by example. I'm seeing my goalkeeper catch the ball from a corner. I'm being spoiled. Bruno's proving all the doubters wrong every week. Back in the top 4 and favourites at St James's Park. My team is favourites away from home. Once again, I'm loving it. 6-4. Newcastle are 13-8 at home. Again, like Villa Chelsea, there's not loads in it, it has to be said. And the draw's 13-5. So, obviously, I watch a lot of Manchester United, and I'm looking at the boosters tab for talkSPORT Bet. Yep. There's a lot here. And for the 13th time, Bruno Fernandes to assist comes in again. And I spoke to the bigwigs at talkSPORT Bet, and they've boosted that for me. A Bruno assist has been boosted on talkSPORT Bet to 11-4. It's not bad, eh? Yeah. The best player in the league, Jace. We've had multiple conversations on this one. And if you're a hater, like Jason Cundy...
No, not a hater, just being honest.
We've boosted Bruno to get a card as well if you think he's a Mona. So that's 12-5. So 11-4 for an assist or 12-5 to get a card. So whichever camp you're in on Bruno, you can have a look there. Mbumo's due a goal by his standards, 21-10. And you've got to look at Šeško to score any time. He's 19-10. He's what a player. Off the bench, he started, amazing header. 19-10, so some great prices in this fixture for talkSPORT Bet. So heading over there and check it out, boys.
All right, Rhino, you're a star, mate. Thank you.
Rhino. Cheers,
nice one, lads. Take care.
All right, that was a look at the latest odds. Thanks to talkSPORT Bet. Terms and conditions apply. 18+, Gambleway
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com to see all our latest sign-up offers. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Keep your calls coming in. We'll try and squeeze a few more on. We've got back pages coming up next.
because I think out there this morning, many people listening on talkSPORT and watching live on YouTube would probably agree with Slot. This is what he said about Premier League games and maybe how they're no longer a joy to watch anymore.
If I watch other leagues, I don't think there's so much emphasis on set pieces. One of the reasons is, and that's sometimes funny for me to do, if I watch a Eredivisie game, which I still do, I see goals being disallowed or falls on goalkeepers being given. And I'm like, wow, that's a big difference. Here you can almost hit a goalkeeper in his face and the referee still says, just go on. Do I like it? My football heart doesn't like it. I already said once in this press conference, if you ask me, then thinking about football, I think about 10, 15 years ago about the Barcelona team. Every Sunday evening you were hoping that they would play. And now most of the games I see in the Premier League are not, for me, a joy to watch. But it's always interesting because it's so competitive. And that is what makes this league great, because there's so much competitiveness. Everyone can win from everyone. But just as someone who loves to watch football without being interested in who's winning or losing it, just to be enjoyed, I think there's a big difference now between 3 or 4 years ago in the Premier League.
So you're saying if I watch other leagues, I don't think there's so much emphasis on set pieces. This has become a bit of a bore fest, the Premier League.
Not true, though,
it should be noted Liverpool scored from 3 corners in their 5-2 win over West Ham at Anfield on Saturday.
Yeah.
What's he on about?
You are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. What's going on over here?
I ain't done my
What's
Duolingo
going
today.
on, mate? You're doing me head in.
So I haven't done my Duolingo. Right?
What do you mean?
So you've got to do it before midnight, okay? Otherwise I lose my streak, right?
What do you
so
mean?
I've done
What are you on
390
about, mate? You're a grown man.
390 days streak I've got.
Yeah.
Right, and Duolingo, right?
Doing Italian.
And I don't want to lose it, right?
So what, are you going to play it now?
No, I'm not going to do it now. Should I do it now?
I mean, what is it? What is it? Game?
It's not. It's an app. You learn, right? It's you're never going to learn the language like that, right? Yeah.
Right, come on, show me what you got to do.
Right.
Show me what you got to do on here.
Right, okay.
So this feels like, I want to hear you speak Italian. What do you actually do?
Right, so this is this.
Welcome to Late Nights with Lynn.
Right, so I'm doing late night with Lynn. So I've got. I mean, it's not going to work on radio, mate.
What do you mean? What have you got to do?
Because I've got to just fill out. So she says there's words in Italian, right? I've got to guess what they are.
Okay. This is unbelievable.
Okay.
Right, well,
I can't even hear.
Go on, say it again. Buona. Tempo. Passeggiare. Ciao.
Yeah, all right.
There you go. That's easy.
Okay.
Yeah, but what's he say?
It's not going to work, mate. It's not going to work. I don't know. I can't do it now. Right, but tell you what I am doing. I'm leaving at 57, and I'm going to get that done. All
right, let's hear from Cherry's gaffer, Andoni Iriola. He spoke to talkSPORT after the game, said it was disappointed not to get all 3 points.
We're not happy with the point because our performance has been very, very good. I'm very pleased with the performance. I think defensively, offensively, we've been really good today. But somehow we haven't scored a goal. I don't know how. Still, we had so clear situations, the posts. I think we had such clear penalty for us to Tavernier that I cannot understand why it hasn't been called. And at the end, we haven't scored, and we finished 0-0 in a game that has been, I think, a high-level game, and we've been the better team.
Let's go to just on Bournemouth, and you know, he's a good manager, isn't he, Iriola? I like him a lot.
Mate, he feels as though, I mean, you were linked with him, right? Before Thomas the Frank engine got it.
Yeah, I know.
You know, He's
out
doing a
on run.
great job. He does feel like he might be that next step up. I don't Bournemouth fans having a pop at me here, but they're just Bournemouth. There is a step up. He's doing a great job. He really is. Why are you looking at me like that?
What are you saying? They're just Bournemouth. I mean, everyone always says, oh, he's just Bournemouth.
No, I know, but
like Bournemouth are a good side.
No, they are a good side because he's made them a good side. They're an established Premier League team. But he has ambition, doesn't he? Why are you looking at me like? Why give me filthy?
Well, I'm not giving you a filthy look. I'm just, he's got some good players. He's a good manager, and then Bournemouth are a club with ambition.
Yeah.
They want to go to the next level as a football club.
Well, they're
Decent
very
owners.
close. They're very close. But I just say that there will come a time that there will be a club that requires his services that can offer him more. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're having a pop at me.
All right. Well, let's go to Jordan. He's a Sunderland fan, right, Jord?
All right, Jord.
Hiya, lads, all right?
All right, Jord, how are you?
Yeah, I spoke to you earlier in the season. I don't know if you can remember, like, you put a Newcastle fan on as well at the time.
All right.
All right, go on, yeah.
But, just on the way over from Leeds, and it was finally at the 40-point mark. I don't know if you classed that as safe or what. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're definitely safe. Yeah.
Oh, you're not. Yeah, I mean, you.
Yeah, but look, at the start of the season, that was the magic number for you, for sure.
Oh, of
You
course
breezed
was.
it.
At the start of the season, we would never have expected 40 points, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you've done unbelievable.
But I heard Cundy speaking a bit Spanish.
Italian.
Well, I heard him counting in Spanish, but cuatro means 4.
Yeah.
And that's us hitting the 40-point mark, 4 points above the Mags.
You are 4 points above Newcastle, but is that all?
Oh, good work. I like what you've done there.
You are. I mean, right now you're the best side. You're better than Newcastle.
Oh, yes. And we beat them. 100%.
And we beat them.
Who said that in the background?
When is the next? When are you playing at their place?
The 22nd
of
March.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right, so not that far away.
No, not far away at all.
Nice.
But, I don't know if you've seen any highlights of the game or anything. Sunderland game, mate. What do you think?
No, we had all 4 games on tonight. We watched or tried.
There's a lot of housery going on, is what people are moaning about, Jord.
You what, sorry, mate?
A lot of housery from you lot. Time wasting, slowing the game down.
Hey, that's the way it goes, isn't it? You've got to pick the points up where you can.
Yeah, I agree. I ain't got a problem with it. Like, everyone would do it if they could. And
Last night, just like I said earlier in the season when I spoke to you, so like it was like to most of us it was unachievable hitting the 40-point mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially before we'd sign anyone as well, and then obviously hit the 40-point mark. Now, like I say, it's a big thing in a sense for a club like us. You know what I mean? Coming up the Premier League.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you are a big club.
It's huge to be fair, but hopefully we'll push on from there. You know what I mean?
Well, look, you're doing all right in this first season in the Premier League. Oh, Reggie's doing good stuff.
Great job.
100%. Was you all right to sing a few words, lads?
Go on, then. Give us a song.
Sing. Go on, then.
Why?
I don't know where that was going.
No, there might be. I might drop the old F-bomb in there secretly.
You just never know, do you?
Hiding it in songs, you know.
Yeah, it's risky.
It's a bit risky asking to sing.
Yeah, it's risky, mate. You love that. Well, sing us a song.
Go on, sing a song.
Yeah. Let's go to Gary. He's a Leeds fan. Gary?
All right, Gaz.
Hello there.
All right, Gaz.
Hi, Gaz.
How are you doing?
Dirty Leeds. Yeah, we're good. Doing all right, Gaz.
I'm watching you. It's absolutely great.
Say again, sorry?
You watching the show?
Yes, it's absolutely great.
Thank you, mate.
Oh,
Thank
cheers,
you.
Gaz.
What about Leeds tonight, then? What are we saying?
Well, it's gone off, so we'll be back.
Yeah? You'll be back?
What do you mean?
No, I just gone. Right. I'd like to say, Leeds fan seems like a 200 years.
Yeah, okay.
But I'd like to say well done to Sunderland.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Oh.
Well, not Sunderland today. Sunderland in 1973 when they beat us in the FA Cup.
So you wasted all that time to say well done? You know?
No, not really. No, not really.
Oh, you don't mean it?
No. I do mean that, yeah.
You do mean
But what I want to say, I want to make a point of 3 decisions which weren't made today.
Right. Go on.
That with the VAR,
And I don't agree with that because I'm really old now. I was brought up in the 70s and the 80s. I played football myself locally. But I think the game's gone downhill. But as far as VAR are concerned, I don't agree with it.
Right.
And it's so inconsistent because, like, look at the first half. And a ball comes across.
Yeah.
A strike almost had his head ripped off.
Yeah, I saw that. It's a penalty. I'll give you that. It's a penalty. It's a terrible challenge.
And the player who done that would have been sent off in a rugby match. Never mind a football match.
it was a close time, wasn't it?
In all fairness, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not you. I'm just coming upon my point over this all. And doing again then. Yes. Yep. Ampadu did handle the ball, and it was a twice action, and yes, it was definitely a penalty.
It's a penalty.
That's a pen, yeah.
Yes.
So it's 1-1.
But nobody seemed to suggest or you mention what happened in the second half when the ball came over the Sunderland area,
right,
and the defender's arm, the ball landed on his arm. He was like Medlock from the Harlem Globetrotters, for God's sake.
I mean, look, Gary. The decision's got. I think the decision's gone against you tonight, especially the one where you get a penalty. You should have got a penalty, absolutely. The one on Ampadu, the ref has to give that one, so for sure. Where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you going? What do you mean? You can't just leave to do your Duolingo app. He just walked out. Doing a live show here. Honestly, he's an absolute charlatan, this geezer. Just because he wants to keep his streak going. He's like a child. All right, keep your calls coming in. We're going to hear from Michael Carrick in a minute, and we've got back pages coming up.
I've got some sad news in the Cundy household, mate.
Go on, what's happened?
So the lucky Mr. C took our little dog out, Crumble, a little small Bichon. Took him
Crumble.
out. His name's Crumble. Took him out for a walk on
Bit like Chelsea.
Saturday morning, and he's running around like you're happy as a And all of a sudden, she noticed that Crumble's having a bit of a limp up. He looks like he's
crumbling.
He wants to come off. He's giving one of them with his front paws.
Yeah. Well, he's limping about.
He's limping about, mate. And so she brings him home, and I don't know what's wrong with him. She took him to the vets yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Done a cruciate.
What?
Crumble's done a cruciate. Right? Seriously, right? He's out for the rest of the season, poor little thing. He's out for the rest of the season.
Crumble's crumbled.
Crumble's crumbled, mate. Well, it's not a proper Cundy dog unless you have a problem with your leg.
I mean,
right? It's
that
come out.
Sums your household up.
It sums up the Cundys,
You
mate.
got no knees in you and no knees in the dog.
So the dog, I didn't even know dogs had cruciates. I had no idea. It's the first thing. So my wife's with the vet, and he's having a little fiddle about.